This is Fixed on Jesus. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fixed on Jesus podcast. This is a podcast with so many ingredients. So many. Way more than normal now that Mark is married. My name is Rich, and we have joining me across the table is Mark Johnson Jr. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Okay. Doing all right?
Just okay?
Just okay.
All right.
Yeah,
He's doing okay, guys.
Just fine. I'm hanging in there.
Hanging in there. Yeah. And behind the curtain on FaceTime, we have...
I don't think it's on FaceTime, but over there to our left is Heather Corbett.
Who's left?
My left. If it's my left, it's our left.
Hey, Heather.
Hey, guys.
Heather's back over there.
I am.
That's good. Christianity is old. Did you know that?
Like you?
No, like really old. Like really old. Christianity has a wonderfully rich heritage,
Right.
that goes back centuries. In 2025, which is the year we're in now, that's for example, 1700 years ago, the Nicene Council got together and put together one of the most important creeds outside, one of the most important writings outside the Bible.
The Nicene Creed?
The Nicene Creed.
Just a guess.
There you go. Man, you're sharp. You're on it, right?
I'm on today.
Yeah, you're on. This is, yeah, you're in. And so, like, one of the things, how we're looking back at each century, right?
Right, yeah. So we wanted to split these up, but go through each century and talk about different significant things that got us to this point. So this time we're looking at the 3rd century, but if you look a handful of episodes back, you can see the 2nd century and the 1st century. So I'll just take us right into it.
3rd century, yeah.
3rd century, which...
For those of you scoring at home, that's the 200s.
The 200s.
Not the 300s.
I was going to say that, yeah.
It's a little
201
confusing.
to 299.
Huh?
Like 200 to 299.
Yeah. Christmas.
Is it AD?
New Year's Eve, 299.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I wonder what the New Year's Eve party was like in 299.
I don't think it was that hopping.
No?
No. There was no Times Square back then.
No. No ball drop?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right. Well, 3rd century, what are some significant things that happened in the 3rd century? Or, yeah, I mean, I know there's some persecution.
Yeah, so the 3rd century, Christianity is located primarily within the Roman Empire, exclusively
everywhere.
within the Roman Empire, maybe some other places that some of the apostles and others went to.
Which is like all of the Middle East, right? Or
Yeah, well, it was all over Middle East, Mediterranean, up into Italy. You know, it was all over, right? All the known, that was the known world, right?
Yeah.
And so Christianity's on the one. There's two things happening at once with the 3rd century. Christianity has a foothold in the culture, but also the Roman government, the Roman Empire, made it illegal to convert to Christianity, and so persecution ramps up.
Yeah.
So this is one of the... Nero was in the couple hundred years, 150 years before this, in the 60s.
Did he persecute the church?
He persecuted the church, but like this persecution that we have in the 3rd century is more significant.
Like statewide?
It's a lot.
Like nationwide?
It's a lot. And so you have a lot of Roman authorities that are, they're putting the clamps on Christianity. And one of the ways they did that was they instituted what was called emperor cult worship. And so there would be a requirement to worship the emperor by burning incense, visiting his temple, things like that.
So he had his own temple.
In different places throughout the Roman Empire. And so obviously Christians wouldn't do that. But the problem was they were seen to be bad citizens of Rome because they wouldn't do this. It was like a citizenship thing. And so there was some motive amongst people to just cop to it and go ahead and worship the emperor or whatever. But the faithful Christians didn't. A lot of them were arrested. And so you have the catacombs that have been that's like buried caves and things like that, where they would actually bury their dead because it was illegal to have a Christian funeral.
Oh, wow.
And so they would hide out. Their people are hiding out all over the place. And we have this, this time of significant state persecution.
And when it's persecuted, are they like killing people?
They are, yes.
And not just arresting them, not just making it illegal.
No, they're killing them.
They're killing them.
Yeah, there's persecution.
And people are being martyred for the faith, essentially.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not willingly, but
yeah. I mean, the word martyr means witness.
Yeah,
and so that word changes to become a witness to death.
Yeah,
and so it's serious. But the other reality is, which is insane. You would think in a time of persecution, Christianity would lose ground, but it gained ground.
Should have ended there.
It should have ended, but it doesn't. 25% of the Roman Empire becomes Christian by the end of the 3rd century.
Wow.
And so that's one of the ironies in church history is you look back and you think the time of persecution are going to be the times that are the hardest going and the least growth, and that's not the truth. You have oftentimes meteoric growth during times of persecution, and when things are easy or not challenging, the growth sort of fades away.
It's counterintuitive.
Totally counterintuitive. And so that's one of the realities. The persecution didn't stunt the growth; it accelerated the growth, and so that happened. And so that's happening on one side. The other side is we've got all kinds of different challenges to basically the understanding of who Jesus is and the Trinity, right? And so along with, we talked about Gnosticism in the 2nd century. Gnosticism was the heresy that taught that salvation came through secret knowledge, and they usually denied the true humanity of Jesus Christ. They didn't believe in the resurrection. And so that was still going on. It posed a serious threat to the church. But then around the 3rd century, you have a bunch of different heresies that are undermining the Trinity, right? And so, like, for example, there was a popular teaching at the time called adoptionism. And what they would do is they argued that Jesus was born as a man and was later adopted as God's son. Denying his preexistence and full divinity, and so that's a serious charge. If that's true, he's not God the Son, and so that then we've got all kinds of debates there. We've got debates about how the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit work together in the Trinity, in the inner workings of the Trinity. There's questions about how was Jesus both God and man, right? So like all of these
two natures,
two natures in one person, all of these things. So like there are false teachers that are arising and they're communicating all of these things.
They're influential.
And so what that does is it brings up a whole raft of faithful pastors and scholars and teachers that refute the error.
Yeah, like standing up against that.
Yeah, they stand up against it. And there's a lot of them, a few names from that era. Justin Martyr was at the end of the 2nd century, but he influenced the 3rd century. Origen was probably the leader in the clubhouse.
Is that a name?
Origen. He's the leader in the clubhouse. He's in Alexandria, where there's that's in North Africa, which had the famous library, which was burned, unfortunately. So we lost all kinds of stuff. But he had all kinds of commentaries on Scripture. He was really influential in sort of the early understanding about like pushing through biblical doctrine and how to understand that. He was key in some of the debates of Christianity or of the Trinity. And so he wasn't perfect on everything. If you read some of the stuff he says, he's a little off on certain things.
But he was the champion for faithfulness.
Tertullian was another one. Yeah. He argued for the Trinity and the reality of Christ's incarnation. And so both of them laid a foundation for sort of Western Christian theology and doctrine. right?
Right.
And then as we move into the 4th century, we're going to get early in the 4th century, Nicaea,
Yeah.
right?
330.
It's 325, yep. And so what happens then is, because what they're trying to determine is who is the Son,
Yeah.
God the Son.
And they were wrestling through that in the 3rd century as well.
They were.
Leading up to the 4th.
They were. And there were a lot of people who had a misunderstanding of who he was, right?
Yeah.
Everybody had their theory about who the Son was, where the Bible presents Jesus as fully divine
Yeah.
and fully man. And we take it for granted to say that Jesus is two persons in one nature.
Yeah, it sounds like
I'm
super
sorry.
basic to us
I said
now.
that. I said that was, if we had a bell that rang for heresy, ding, 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 you should have rung it.
The email.
Go ahead, make it the heresy bell. That's
the heresy bell just for this one episode.
That's the heresy bell. I said two natures. What did I say?
Two persons.
Two persons,
one nature.
One nature. And that is
two
incorrect.
natures, one person.
It's right.
Okay.
It is two natures,
I'll correct
one
you
person.
just this
right.
once.
So if anybody says that Jesus is two persons, one nature,
hit the bell.
Correct. That's the heresy bell can go off. But Jesus is one person in two natures. And so that language is language that rolls off our tongue, but they had to learn how to describe it, right?
Yeah.
That language is not described in the Bible, but we see Jesus fully divine and also getting hungry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And also
we see
bleeding.
him also, we see him as God, but also sleeping. We see him walking on water, but also dying. Right?
Yeah.
Those are things that those sleeping, eating, dying, those are things that gods don't normally do.
Yeah.
Right? And so Jesus, and so what the church struggled with in those days is how did God become man?
Right.
And too many Christians today don't even worry about that.
Yeah.
Because we're like, well, why wouldn't he want to be man?
Yeah.
Pretty good deal. It's not compared to who he was, right? To realize that something fundamental shifted when God the Son became a man, right?
Yeah.
And it blew people's minds, so much so that they were saying things like, there's just no way he did that.
Right.
He was adopted.
Like as if we're unworthy. Why would a holy, righteous, spotless, blameless, all-powerful God,
eternal,
become man?
Infinite, become man? Right.
Which they
and
knew
it's
was
a good
finite.
question.
Yeah. It's a fair question.
It's a great question.
If I had never heard anything about Christianity and you tried to describe to me that a God became man, knowing full well that I'm finite and limited, that I stub my toe from time to time, that I'm hungry, that I have to sleep, I wouldn't. It would be hard to believe.
Yeah, for sure. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
We wouldn't think. It's just a plan that nobody thought of. Mm-hmm. And so, one of the things we've inherited from our forebearers as Christians today in the 21st century is language about the Trinity that we take for granted.
Yeah.
We take that for granted about how to describe Jesus, where it wasn't always something like that that everybody understood in the right way.
Right.
And so
it still isn't, but
no, right. Yeah. But they're heretics, most of them. Right? But these thinkers, we've inherited something that it's incumbent upon us not to forget. These thinkers have helped us understand the reality that Jesus Christ, God the Son, became a man. And now we have language to speak about it.
Right. So this is playing out in the 3rd century.
Playing out in the 3rd century, and it matters today in the 21st.
Yeah.
Right? And
would you say it was put to rest then? In
the 3rd century?
Yeah. Or maybe
no.
Later.
I mean, you've got a whole bunch of different councils that begin to meet starting in the 4th century, 4th, 5th, 6th centuries. They deal with other things about the Trinity. It's not completely put to rest.
Do we have any do we know who came up with the term Trinity? Who was oh, I know how it works. Here's how I think. Who is that guy?
It's more than just one guy. It's a group of people.
Yeah.
And so
hashing it out.
Yeah, that's more the 4th century.
Okay.
That we get those. I don't know who came up with the word Trinity.
Yeah.
To describe the reality of the Godhead. I'm not sure who did that.
Now, I don't want to foreshadow too far into the future, but how long does this persecution or making Christianity illegal in Rome carry on from this point?
Well, have you ever heard of Constantine?
Yeah. The emperor?
Yep. It stops there.
And he becomes a Christian.
Depends
Or
if
at
you
least
believe he became a Christian.
I'm asking. I don't
Have
know.
you heard the story?
No, not exactly.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I'm sure I have heard some of it. But.
yeah, so Constantine, when he was a Roman emperor, and he had a dream, he had a vision. He says where he saw a cross in the sky, and it says something, "Fight under this banner." And then he became a Christian. And so, like, I wonder if good old Constantine knew what the polls showed and was like, Christianity was surging. And guess what, guys? I had a vision.
So, like our modern day politics.
Politics has always been politics.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't genuinely converted. I don't know.
Yeah.
But his story's a little squishy to me.
Yeah.
And so,
But he was at least sympathetic to it.
absolutely. And it ceased to be illegal.
So did it stop growing?
No, it changed. I'm
grew
not going to give
differently.
away the fourth century.
Getting ahead of it.
I'm not going to give away the fourth century.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
We got Rome.
tell us more about the third.
That's about it, man. I mean, we've got persecution. We have faithful Christian pastors and scholars fighting for the truth.
Yeah.
We haven't had our first big council yet. That's going to be Nicaea.
Was there synods happening?
Huh?
It's like, I don't know. I was trying to read about it, and it was saying that there was some early versions of church structure or bishops. Or
Well,
deacons.
so yeah, a bishop is just an old way to say overseer.
Yeah.
So, like, one of the mistakes the early church makes is they differentiate bishops from pastors. So, a bishop, the way we say bishop in English now, that's an old English way of saying overseer. In the New Testament, elder, pastor, and overseer or bishop is all the same. And so, what they begin to do is have bishops over certain areas, which ends up like it's way too early to start talking about a pope. There's no pope for a few hundred years yet, right?
Yeah.
And so any Roman Catholic who says it goes all the way back to Peter is not really either understanding history or, rooted in, like, hasn't read it, not aware of it, right?
Being selective.
And so, so the bishops, like, is some ecclesiology, and there's questions about who has authority.
Yeah.
And those questions they're grappling with there, but we don't have any solid answers yet.
Okay. So where do we go from here?
I think Heather has a question.
Oh, sure. I couldn't see.
It's okay. I have something to add too that I learned when we went through this as a church. Our inherited legacy is what it was called.
Yes.
This is also the time when we start to see some Roman Greco art
Yes.
come on to play, and we see things in the catacombs. And I love art. So
Yeah. Right.
I was
There's some ancient. So like that, like you saw, Heather, you saw this. Like there's some ancient Christian art down like in the catacombs. I've been in catacombs. Have you?
no.
It's pretty cool. They were short, but it was pretty cool. I had to duck my head for a lot.
Oh,
of it.
to get in?
Yeah,
Because
because they're just caves.
you meant short, like height. Oh, I thought you were thinking like distance. Oh, okay.
No,
Wow.
Like,
Oh.
yeah. There is some Christian art that has survived from that time. You can tell, obviously, because you've got crosses and
Yeah,
other
I'll
things.
try to put some of the stuff up on screen for the people watching.
Yeah, do it.
They can
That'd be
see
great.
some of that cool things.
Yeah.
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 That's great.
So those are our and those brothers and sisters that went before us in the 3rd century. They're gathered to the cloud of witnesses, watching us now.
Right.
So
They're still, yeah.
and they're still our brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
God bless them for standing firm in a different time and a different place.
Right. Yeah.
May we do the same.
Amen. That's great. If you have any questions about church history or about anything else, or if you have a topic suggestion or a comment, feel free to email us at production@senatorgilbert.com. We just love you.
Yep, and we're looking forward to the 4th century, hopefully without heresy that time.
Right, and I won't have to hit the heresy bell. Maybe we'll get a heresy bell.
I hope not.
We'll never have to hit it. Dust will accumulate on
I
it.
hope we don't need
got-
a heresy bell.
I got one for you. You ready?
Yep.
Are you ready?
That means heresy?
Okay,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Let's do it.
All right,
Yeah.
maybe you can put that back over, like with your editing magic. Put that back over the bell.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
don't want to
everybody.
confuse the email and the heresy.
That's right.
Okay, whatever. All right,
Whatever.
all right, everybody.
All
See
right.
you next time.
See ya.
Oh wait, we should.
do something like that. I love that. Yes.
What is that?
No, I love that.
This is what great game.
Yeah,
What do you do with this?
The fidgety toy.
Turn it over.
that's it.
It's because he's always fidgeting with stuff.
Yeah. I fidget with my ring now.
I was gonna say I've been
Yeah,
watching him
just keep
fidget with
flipping it.
his ring.